I guess, according to the bingo cards, I'm not a trender. But I do have one more thing just to make sure. If you didn't know, the truscum community has artists in it. They don't make very original art, and their characters kind of suck, but they try. They're especially fond of making too cute or trans-trender caricatures, which, if you haven't seen them, they all look the same. Upon seeing the same character drawn over and over and over and over again, Tumblr user autistic-trans decided to compile a list of traits that are seen in these caricatures and that make up the traits that truscum seem to associate with people they consider trenders. So as a last check to see if I am a trender or not, I'm going to go through the list and see what applies to me. The list begins having a curvy body type. No, I am very petite and like a twig. Having dyed hair. It's blue. Wearing a low-cut tank top. No, I don't like low-cut stuff, but wearing a tank top, yes, I do that. It's Florida. Wearing short shorts. Again, it's Florida. It regularly reaches 100 degrees in the summer. I'm not going to be wearing sweatpants. Wearing pride socks. My pride look right here. I really do love those socks. Makeup. Not very often, but occasionally. I don't really know how it works, so the only time I do it is for like extreme stuff. Piercings. I have 2 in both ears. I don't wear them very often, but I do have piercings. Skirts. I have skirts. I like wearing them occasionally. I left all of them at home because when I had to bring my stuff to college, I didn't feel like those would be something I would wear often enough that they needed to take up space. But I do have them, and I liked wearing them. Necklaces. I have a whole thing of necklaces over there that I keep forgetting about. Necklaces are a good way of accessorizing. Having multicolored hair. I wish. I used to have multicolored hair when I was younger in high school. Does it count if it was in the past? Does it count if I want it in the future? I'm gonna mark myself for that. Cleavage. Don't think my chest is big enough to even try to accomplish that. Having uncommon pronouns. The listed ones being z, fur, fox, it. No, I use they, them, but yes, they do tend to use z a lot in these caricatures. Colorful bandages. That one sticks out a lot to me because another common thing in the caricatures that I don't think is listed in this list specifically is that truscum draw these trenders self-harming, and they use the fact that they have depression, apparently, as a sign that they aren't actually trans. I have no idea. It's a horrible, gross thing, and I hate that they do that in caricatures. But also, I hate that I don't have colorful bandages for when the lovely cat that I love and adore outside decides to slit my thumb. High heels. I cannot walk in heels. Not binding. I cannot bind because I messed one of my lower ribs up, and I don't feel like it would be safe for me to be putting compression on my chest. So I physically can't do that right now. I could try binding tape, but that's an occasional thing more than something I should be doing regularly. Guess I'm a trender for caring about my health. Not shaving. That one sticks out a lot too. They use it all the time, and wouldn't they think that real trans guys, because they always use their caricatures towards trans guys. I have seen one trans woman caricature that truscum have made ever. It's always aimed at trans guys or non-binary people. Wouldn't they think that trans men should not shave? Shouldn't they think that's a masculine trait? Because it's usually seen as one. How is not shaving proof that you're a trender? Let's contact the artists, because I want to know. Undercut hair. Undercut hair looks nice, one, And two, it's the only masculine-leaning haircut that I was able to get before coming out to my mom. It just fell into enough androgynous that I could get it. Also, I like it. See-through shirts. No, this hoodie's actually kind of see-through. You can't see it on the camera, but you can see the I Heart NY logo when I'm outside. But shirts, no. How would the type of fabric you wear determine whether or not you're actually trans? Yellow teeth. Again, with the depression, because not brushing your teeth is a common symptom of depression. It's hard to do a lot of things, to shower, brush your teeth, whatever. But just, no, my teeth are white. Also, you guys suck. Not you, lovely viewer watching my video, unless you're a true scum who does these things in your caricatures, in which case, you do. Having he, him tattooed on your body and then question marks. I have seen true scum draw that. And it's again, people don't do that. I don't think true scum know what they're arguing against. They've like created these fake people that they think are real. And they just believe with all their heart and mind that people actually act like this. I can tell you, tattooing your pronouns on your body is probably not something people do. I hate cis people's shirt. Again, it's down with cis, and I would absolutely wear a DWC shirt. Just get me a t-shirt just says DWC across the chest, I'll know what it means. Not wanting tea. Yes, because if you aren't 100% certain of whether or not you want to pursue a complete bodily change that's permanent, then you're a fake trans person. Real trans people know right off the bat that they want to pursue hormones and that they want to go on them and they want all of these changes. None of them question or worry. If you do, then you're fake. We should pressure people into doing things like that. That's definitely the best thing for young trans people. Being angry at misgendering. Again, with the did you just assume my gender jokes and whatnot, people are not often angry that they get misgendered by strangers. They might be upset or hurt, which is understandable because it can hurt being misgendered, and somebody who goes online and says that it hurt is not saying that the person who did it is bad. But also, if your friend or someone that you have come out to misgenders you, you're allowed to be upset. A lot of true scum act like trans people have to be okay with people doing that to them. You don't. It's okay to be upset about it. Not wearing a bra, there's no way I'm going back to that hell. But also, wearing a bra makes you a trender too. Basically, with a lot of these true scum, if your chest is not flat, you're a trender. And that's it. That's the end. Because, as we all know, breasts equal presenting female. Thanks, random true scum account that I keep using. I am so glad you have the community's best interests in mind. Wearing LGBT pins. I've got a ribbon and a lot of pins on my backpack. Having an uncommon name. I don't think Mickey's uncommon enough to mark myself for that one. Having your pronouns on your shirt. I love this shirt. It's from Transfigure Co. I got it in my mission transition box. I did an unboxing of that in the past. I love that shirt. Having your pronouns on a button. I wear a button every day with my pronouns. I also have one on my backpack and on my Pokeball bag. So anywhere I go, I have that displayed because, again, people are not going to assume they, them for me. That's happened like twice in my life that somebody has assumed those pronouns for me outside of LGBTQ plus circles. So, yeah, I like to give a little hint as to my gender, which is not so little on my backpack, but whatever. You know, real trans people just deal with being misgendered and give no hint as to what gender they are, because real trans people just pass the instant they come out. Obviously. Liking your chest? No, absolutely not. Hate this thing. Goodbye. Being non-binary? Howdy, being non-dysphoric. Again, I'm very. Wearing a dress. What about this dress? I like that one. It's got unicorns in space, and it is the most obnoxious thing I have ever seen. Being fat, that really is a thing that's in a lot of truscum caricatures, is like if you're overweight and it makes it harder to pass, then that's a sign that you are a trender, and not that maybe the idea of what a man should look like and what a woman should look like should stop being so centered on thin people. And the list ends with literally anything you would see in an SJW cringe compilation, which I feel like maybe I'm the embodiment of an SJW cringe compilation, and that's just how I want to live my life. That's the end of that list, and yeah, I fit a lot of those ones. Maybe I am actually just a transgender, or maybe you can't determine the legitimacy of someone's identity based off of random attributes that differ from how you personally feel comfortable presenting yourself. Wearing a dress, binding or not binding, shaving or not shaving, the color of your hair, the body type you have, none of that determines whether or not you're actually trans. What determines you being trans is if you identify as a gender that's different than the one you were assigned at birth. That's it. Done. Do you feel like you are a different gender than the one that the doctor said you were at your birth? If you said yes, good, you're trans. The end. That's the whole question. That's the whole determiner. And it's not people's places to go up to other people and determine whether or not they're actually trans or trans enough. The concept of transgenders at all is horribly transphobic and very bold of you to assume you have the power to determine how other people feel. Nobody gave you authority over others' identities. You don't have any authority over others' identities. And if you're dedicating your life or your whole online presence to trying to control how everyone else identifies and who is legit enough for you, get a new hobby. Basically, I dyed my hair a color that isn't a natural color because I really like it. And you know what? The same day I colored my hair, I came out to my mom. And it's not up to people on the internet, strangers I've never met before, he who shall not be named, to determine whether or not what I experience is what I experience, because the only one who knows everything I experience is me. And the only one who knows everything you experience is you. And you are the only one who can determine what you are and who you are. And nobody else gets to decide that for you. I don't have a smooth, wrapped up way of closing this video off besides that. The only one that can determine who you are and what you experience is you. And ignore the people on the internet who are trying to police what you do with yourself and how you label yourself, because a lot of them are just going through things and having issues with themselves. And yes, dealing with internalized transphobia, and that doesn't make what they're doing okay, but it can help to remember that they're just trying to project their pain onto you. Or they believe that the pain they feel is normal and just a part of the trans experience and everyone else should feel it too. They want everyone else to hurt just as much as they do. And the most revolutionary thing you can do in the face of that is refuse to let them hurt you. So that's what I've got for this video. I hope that it stops being a common and acceptable thing in the community to put down others and try and determine who's legit and who's not, and that everyone learns to just accept people as they are. But for now, this is it. Ciao.